two good starts for both of them.
You know, Dallas Braden, of course, as you mentioned during the little open there about the 10 strikeouts here at the Coliseum, but I thought his last start, when he left the ball game trailing, yet his ball club came back and scored him 3 runs. He ended up picking up the victory. Another 6 strong innings for Dallas Braden. Not as many changeups as he did here against Seattle, but still did an outstanding job. Kevin Millwood, the veteran, also has pitched well. He is 0-1, but they acquired him, the veteran. They wanted to lead this pitching staff. He was their opening day starter, but Kevin Millwood knows how to pitch. The A's have seen a lot of him. Cleveland, especially with the Texas Rangers, they know how he pitches, and he definitely is a crafty right-hander because he can move the ball around.
Orioles have lost 7 in a row. They are 1-9 to start this season. When we come back, we're going to tell you why Brett Anderson is a very happy and rich young man. We'll give you that news when we come back. We'll also have lineups in the first pitch from the Coliseum. Have been exchanged. The A's have yet to take the field. Dallas Braden, tonight's starting pitcher, just walked into the dugout from the bullpen, so he's warmed up. He's ready to roll.
He's actually waiting for Diamond Vision to get Stockton 209.
Can't take the field till we hear that. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free and the boardwalk is open this weekend. 62 degrees. It's a nice night at the ballpark. So a tad bit warmer than it has been. And the A's trying to make it 2 in a row over the Baltimore Orioles. And as Dallas Braden leads the troops out, it's time for the 209.
That's right. Here it is.
Welcome to Stockton, California. The life that I live for so long. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes I don't feel at home. But even though I feel these ways, something's always making me stay. Whether a lost love or the homies down for me. If you recently.
All right, we know Dallas Braden is pitching, and here's the Baltimore Orioles lineup for tonight. Adam Jones will lead off tonight. He'll be in center field. Nick Markakis in right. Miguel Tejada at third. Matt Wieters is the cleanup hitter tonight. Nolan Reimold will DH. Luke Scott is in left. Garrett Atkins at first. Ty Wigginton at second. Cesar Izturis is the shortstop. The A's will look like this on defense. Gabe Gross in left. Rajay Davis in center. And Ryan Sweeney in right. Kevin Kuzmanov, Cliff Pennington on the left side. Adam Rosales, Derek Barton on the right side. Jake Fox is the catcher tonight. And Dallas Braden on the mound.
And almost 3 years to the day, Dallas Braden made his Major League debut against these Baltimore Orioles. He won and did win again for a long, long time. But he is a star pitcher now, making his third start. And, of course, he has pitched very well in his first two, striking out a total of 12. 10 in the first game, 2 against the Angels down in Anaheim. Dallas Braden with Jake Fox catching again tonight. So Kurt Suzuki, the night off, of course, day game tomorrow afternoon. So Jake Fox, who caught Dallas last Sunday, had a little tough first inning. If you remember that inning, gave up 2 runs. Did Braden, but settled down and pitched very well for the next 5. So guess who's upset tonight?
Kurt Suzuki.
Adam Jones.
Yes, Kurt Suzuki.
I just took a guess.
It's a good guess, and you could probably bank that as the correct guess a long time.
So the next time he gets a day off, you're going to ask me, guess who's ticked off tonight? It's going to be Kurt Suzuki. Adam Jones will step in and lead off the ball game. Jones was the third place hitter last night. He swings at the first pitch, bounces one over second. Rosales, quick throw in time, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Already a very good defensive play by an A's infielder. We saw it last night with Kevin Kuzmanov in the first, but Adam Rosales, he has a very strong arm, a shortstop and third baseman's arm, so when he took the ball up the middle, instead of rushing it, he set himself and made a very strong throw to get to Speedy Jones. So knowing who the hitter is and knowing your capabilities, in this case, Adam Rosales used a strong arm.
First pitch to Nick Markakis is a strike. Everybody slides up a little bit tonight, top of the Orioles lineup. Markakis hit 4th last night. Tonight he's hitting 2nd.
I asked Terry Crowley, the longtime hitting coach for the Orioles, and a great player in his own right with Baltimore. And I mentioned about Markakis, and typically if you only see a club, as the A's are, just for the first time, and you read in the papers and you see that he didn't have a home run or RBI, as Terry said, you should have seen some of the balls that were not hits that should have been. So that's the biggest difference for him.
Well, that's the biggest news of the day. A 4-year contract for Brett Anderson. How about that, Ray?
That's great. Very smart on both parts. It's a good deal always for players to get the security. Brett talked about that tonight. 4 years plus the 2 one-year options, so 6 years. The A's will have him under control. And the way he pitches and has been pitches and expects to, you have to look at the A's scouting department and say that's a pretty good trade to acquire Brett Anderson from Arizona, considering the way he has been pitching. And it's great for both, because you get a player pitching like that, goes to arbitration, look out.
The 4 years are this year, 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. The club options are for 2014 and 2015. That 2015 season would be Brett Anderson's first year of free agency. So a good deal all around, and we're excited that Brett Anderson's going to be the ace of the A's staff for a long time. Good inning for Dallas Braden. 3 up, 3 down. Kevin Millwood takes them out. A's come to bat at the bottom of the first inning. Let's check out their lineup for tonight. Looks like this: Rajay Davis, Derek Barton, Ryan Sweeney, Kevin Kuzman off the cleanup hitter, Eric Chavez, the DH, Jake Fox will hit 6, Gabe Gross, Adam Rosales, Cliff Pennington, 7, 8, and 9. Orioles defensively have Scott Jones, Markakis in the outfield, Tejada, Esturas, Wigginton, Atkins in the infield. Matt Wieters is the catcher for the veteran Kevin Millwood. So Kevin Millwood kicks, and his first pitch to Rajay Davis is just a bit outside. Davis was 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored in last night's game. Snapped an 0 for 13 stretch for Davis. And we have realized 11 games into this season, as Rajay Davis goes, so do the A's. So we're putting a little pressure on Rajay, but that's all right. He can handle it.
He likes it. He likes it for sure. And especially where he has come from, and Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and now Oakland, getting a chance to play, he'll definitely work at it.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner.
Kevin Millwood, first year with the Orioles. As he said, he grew up in the East Coast, so he'll be very familiar with the heat and humidity in the summertime. He's given up 4 home runs. Only 3 earned runs allowed. The error occurred in last start, went 7 2/3 innings, but he is a veteran. Low 90s fastball, but he'll throw a cutter, curveball, changeup, and assortment of pitches.
Millwood is 35 years old. This is his 13th year in the big leagues. And he has a career record of 155 and 122. So he's won a lot of ball games in his career. Big guy, 6'4", 235 pounds. Diving catch by the shortstop, Esturas. Nice play by Esturas, who's won a Gold Glove.
Check out our keys to the game, and are brought to you by Toyota. And of course, I'd like to get to Kevin Millwood early. Any veteran, he gets through the early part of the game, he can turn out to be very, very good. And speaking about being very, very good, Rajay Davis get home on base, more runs scored, and Jones and Markakis 0 for 21 against Dallas Braden. So some numbers for a couple of the good hitters on the Orioles. Nothing against tonight's start.
Ryan Sweeney steps in. Sweeney hitting .293 with 5 RBIs. 1 for 4. A double last night. Scored a run, knocked in a run. Sweeney has a home run in his career off Kevin Millwood. He's 5 for 12 with the home run. Tejada racing back, foul territory, and he's not going to get it. So Sweeney's still alive. The A's come in with a 7-4 record. They're 4-1 at home. And the Orioles 1-9, and they have lost 7 straight. Just trying to figure out what's going on here. The Baltimore Orioles. Millwood's last start kind of tells you how the season's gone for the Orioles. Millwood had a 2-1 lead with 2 outs in the 8th inning. An error by Miguel Tejada kept the inning going. Next batter, 2-run homer. Batter after that, solo home run. 4-2's your final. Pitches great and loses. Strikeout for Sweeney, a couple strikeouts for Millwood. No score after one. Second inning from the Coliseum. No score, A's Orioles.
Taking a picture of Brooks Robinson.
Yeah. You see those hats. You see those hats remind you of Brooks Robinson.
Brooks has played on some great clubs, of course. About a 16-time Gold Glove third baseman.
So he took a few hits away from you.
He was the human vacuum cleaner.
What a great nickname.
Oh, man, he could rob some guys.
Quick 0-2 to Matt Wieters, the cleanup hitter. Wieters, .312 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Three ground ball outs for Braden in the first inning. Runs the fastball inside.
Comes a changeup. See how this one is.
In the hole, Pennington surrounds it, throws to first, and what a play by Pennington. It's nice to have a strong arm, and he certainly does.
And a great stretch by Derek Barton at first base, kept his foot on the bag. But you're right about the strong arm. Kind of circle around it and on the move towards third base, crossed his body. And Derek Barton with a very good stretch. Was a changeup. Wieters got out in front, but that's a very good play by Cliff Pennington.
Changeup drops in for a strike to Nolan Reimold.
Adjusted his footwork and then went out, and not quite the stretch last year, fortunately, because last year he did it and hurt himself.
Reimold, 167 with a home run. So 4 ground ball outs to start the ball game for Dallas Braden. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that will do it for Nolan Reimold.
First strikeout, of course, the patent changeup. 1-2 count, pulled the string, and he got it.
Well, tomorrow at 7 o'clock, it's the first Quakes game of the season on Comcast Sportsnet California. All Quakes games will be in high definition this season. Home of the Quakes soccer is Comcast Sportsnet California. Swing and a miss by Luke Scott. Luke Scott is playing left field tonight. Remember Felix P.A., last night's starter in left field. I think he hurt himself swinging the bat late in the game, and he did hurt himself. He was placed on the disabled list today, Felix P.A. Lou Montanez, an outfielder, was called up, so no Felix P.A.
Some of the guys we're talking about, the at bat that we saw him looked like it hurt himself, and the guy said that even before that looked like he was not moving too great, and whatever it was did put him on the DL.
Right there, strike 3 called. Pitch was right down the middle, and Scott is arguing, and I don't know why. A couple of strikeouts for Braden.
Batting in the 4th position, third baseman, number 5, Kevin Kuzmanov.
A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by the U.S. Census. We're in the home stretch for the 2010 Census. It's not too late. Fill out and mail back your census form today. Kevin Kuzmanov will lead it off. Kuzmanov, Chavez, Fox against Kevin Millwood. Good first inning for Millwood. He had a couple of strikeouts. Got a little defensive help from his shortstop, Cesar Izturis. Oh, 0-2. Millwood spent 4 years with the Texas Rangers. Of course, he signed a big contract to go to Texas.
5-60.
Yeah. And was traded in the offseason. His record with the Rangers in the 4 years was 48-46. Had a good year last year, 13-10, and ERA 3.5. Just a bit off the plate.
Actually, if you remember, I think he was playing the A's last year when his option kicked in because of number of innings pitched. Beat the A's twice last year. He's won his last 3 decisions against the A's. And if you remember, late April, he pitched against the Athletics. And, of course, Nolan Ryan had talked about, let's not count pitches. Let's just watch the pitcher pitch. Well, he went 8 innings, 128 pitches, 121 on April the 28th. He got through the 8th. His club scored, won a game because he did pitch the 8th.
He was traded for Chris Ray. Chris Ray, right-handed reliever. Hit hard into center field. A base hit for Kuzmanov.
To the outside part of the plate, Kuzmanov goes right with it. Once it got past Millwood, base hit, throws the hands straight back. Loaded position, ready to go, and got a good fastball and hit it very hard. Millwood, out of his windup, is almost set up in a stretch position already. So he just moves his 1 foot a little bit. He's ready to go.
Chavez takes the first pitch strike. Chavez is 6 for 28 to start the season with a couple of RBIs. He was in the lineup last night when 1 for 3 hit a double off the wall in left center field. Had a sacrifice fly. Curveball, right center field, and that's going to get down for a hit. Jones spins around, fires it back in. Kuzminoff to third, he'll stop there. Hanging curveball, and Chavez made Millwood pay.
Xavi really stayed back last night, a double off the left field wall. This time planted his front foot. Watch it, plants the foot, keeps the bat back, and unloads on the hanger. You never want to let a hanging curveball go by. Kuz realized the ball's got to be in right center. No chance to score, but at least first and third and nobody out.
So Jake Fox will try to get a run home. First pitch, curve, missed outside.
How about that plate discipline? That's a pretty good pitch for him to take and have it called a ball, because he's usually aggressive on that type of pitch.
1-1. Fox is 1 for 15 to start the season, and of course that one hit and a home run. It was the only runs that the A's would score on Wednesday night in Seattle. Big swing on the fastball.
First pitch fastball, Jake Fox. Jason Vargas straightaway center field for the A's DH that night. So 2 pitches, a single and a home run, and that was it. Last 5 innings, the A's were no hit by the Seattle Mariners. Ended up losing the game and the series.
Big curve rolled foul.
My curveball is one that we talk about throwing hard curveball so a hitter cannot adjust. Well, we saw Xavi adjust and hit a 2-strike hanging curveball. Looked like Jake Fox was going to make out, but he was able to foul it off.
Another foul ball. Fox getting some decent swings. Gabe Gross is in the on-deck circle. The A's jumped out to a 2-0 lead after 1 inning last night, 3-0 after 2 innings. Trying to grab an early lead here in the second. Millwood is hanging that curveball a little bit.
He's throwing a good cut fastball and a slider, but the curveball that's hanging like that is so tempting, so inviting. Xavi didn't run on the first 3-2, and not surprised. A huge hole on the right side. If he throws a cutter, he may just take it out to right field.
Another hanger, fouled back. Kuzminoff led off the inning with a base hit. Chavez followed with a base hit, first and third. That time a fastball, a little up in the zone.
I would think Jake Fox would be talking about, I took the first 3 pitches. There's no way I could take that many.
No. Toward right field, Markakis goes back, should be deep enough. Kuzmanov tags up, he will come home. So Jake Fox has a good at-bat, hangs in there, and gets the sacrifice fly, and the A's take a 1-0 lead.
That's an 11-pitch at bat. Of course, I think that warrants Francesco's dinner. I mean, he didn't get on base, but he drove in a run. And especially with Jake Fox taking and swinging, fouling off the pitches, 11-pitch at bat. So Jim Scala will award him dinner for 2 at the wonderful Francesco's restaurant. I hope I get a 10-pitch at bat at least once this year.
I hope you do too. That would be quite a story. A's longtime color analyst, I should say, gets an at-bat.
Well, he finally got a fastball after all the hanging breaking balls, and it stayed back so long, so much that he hit it to right field deep enough to score the run, and he definitely has the power, as we have seen.
I know you just wanted to go to Francesco.
Of course.
I went there twice this offseason. Both times on the way to a Warrior game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great. I like the chicken parmesan.
Yeah.
Big plate of pasta. Tiramisu.
Left center field. That's a base hit. Reimold, or make it Luke Scott, excuse me, is over there to get it in quickly. But a line drive single for Gabe Gross. So 3 hits in the inning for the A's.
Another great job opposite field hitting, and we always talk about that and how much a hitter has to stay back to be able to hit the ball as hard as Gabe Gross does to left field. And the same with previous hitter and Jake Fox with a sac fly to right field as a right-handed hitter. Stay back inside the ball, you're going to get a lot of hits that way.
Adam Rosales steps in. And breaking pitches outside. 6th straight game in the lineup for Rosales. Subbing for that man, Mark Ellis. A terrific job Rosales has done. 6 hits, 15 at bats, got a double, a homer, 4 RBIs. He's walked a couple times.
Yeah, talking about Mark Ellis, and I can almost say the same that Eric Chavez said during spring training when Kevin Kuzmanov was acquired. How it helped Chavez because there was not that pressure for him to play third base because Kuz was there. And the same for Adam Rosales and Mark Ellis because hamstring injuries are very tough to come back from. And the last thing you need for Mark Ellis, this being the 12th game, to try to hurry back and then all of a sudden re-injure it and have to be out even longer. Taking a few extra days might help him once he gets back in, stay the rest of the season.
Three and 2. A lot of pitches for Millwood. He's at 44 in the ball game.
14 in the first.
And there you go, 30 this inning. Drive to right, Markakis got a good jump, and he goes down, a basket catch. Looks like he may have struggled with the lights a little bit or something, but he made the play. Another well-hit ball, but into the glove of Markakis.
Another 3-2 count, and ball just slicing back to him, and boy, did he... I think he might have just misjudged it.
Maybe.
It did not look up like he lost it in the lights. Just kind of took his eye off the ball and had to go to the basket catch.
Here's Cliff Pennington. Pennington, 229 with a couple of home runs and 8 RBIs. So Cliff Pennington leading the A's in RBIs after 11 games. In first strike. So 0-2. Pennington with 3 doubles to go along with the 2 home runs. He's also walked 6 times, so he's done a nice job offensively. And a nice job defensively.
Well, he's got a chance to play every day. We saw it the last 2 months of last season, did an exceptional job. A little stronger coming into this year, and be ready to go at the full 162.
Strike 3 called, and Pennington knew it. But a run for the A's on the sacrifice fly by Jake Fox. They got 3 hits, 1-0 Athletics after 2.
Number 25.
1-0, top of the third. Time now for our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Andrew Smith from Palo Alto wants to know, what responsibilities does a bench coach hold on the team? What does Ty Waller do for the Oakland A's?
We did not have enough time to tell what Ty Waller does, or a bench coach, especially Ty. We have seen him and his work in spring training. And one thing during spring training, it's his responsibility to be the camp coordinator, if you will, where he's got starting spring training with 60 players and position all of them different areas, infield, outfield, the drills. His best time is when the A's return to Oakland. Spring training is over.
Yeah.
But he's kind of the eyes and the ears for the manager. All bench coaches, which is something new in baseball. I mean, it's not a job that has been around forever. But for a manager who is trying to watch everything, you know, Ty Waller, he looks around, makes suggestions. Ultimately, it is the manager and his decision as to whether he's going to do whatever he's going to do in a game.
Rajay Davis takes care of the Garrett Atkins fly ball.
When I played, and like I said, right now there are 6 coaches that a team hires. We had 4. That was it. So the pitching coach and hitting coach were on the bench. Then you had a couple of guys, first and third.
So you didn't have a bench coach. You probably didn't have a bullpen coach.
Did have a bullpen coach.
Did you?
Yeah, but it seemed like there's 4, so maybe 5. But I thought there was just 4. I played in Cleveland. We only had 4 at one time. So we drove 3 million people a year, or maybe it took 10 years to draw 3 million people. But no, Ty does a great job, and the preparation. I know talking to him in Seattle, the final game of the series on Wednesday, he already had the Baltimore Orioles scouting report from Joe Sparks. So putting together all the scouting report from Joe, the information they have on all the players, because when it comes to running, let's say the Orioles, which players run. And, of course, Bob Guerin will make the calls to Jake Fox tonight as far as whether to throw over, pitch out, whatever situations.
Pennington charges, gets a good hop, and throws out Ty Wigginton for the second out.
But all this information is gathered, and it's they spend a lot of time, whether it's in the city of Seattle, on the plane, getting up the next day, coming out early to the park. All the coaches have their various responsibilities. But the one guy that really changed everything, I think, was Don Wakamatsu, when his bench coach for the A's in 08, because he started to make out the lineup card in calligraphy. Remember that? And, of course, Ty will type it out and the computer and print it out. But when Wakamatsu did the calligraphy, that just changed everything. And he took Ty Van Berkeley on his bench coach, and Ty also was, you have to follow Wakamatsu.
Yep.
So he did the calligraphy also. As we mentioned, he's left-handed. He had to start at the bottom, work up. But all coaches have a lot of responsibility. There's not one coach that is any less responsibility than anybody else. It's just the various areas that they're all working with.
Pennington handles a tough hop, spins around, and gets Cesar Esturez. 9 up, 9 down for Dallas Braden. 1-0 A's as we head to the bottom of the third. A's with a 1-0 lead, bottom of the third, and we have Oakland A's royalty in our booth. And we
That's
mean
right.
Roy Steele. What a pleasure. Roy, thanks for stopping by.
Well, I'm so glad to, Ray.
Voice of God.
Man, I go back with you to the days when Alvin Dark walked you out to catch me to see if I could pitch a little batting practice.
It was just a couple years ago, right?
That was just probably 16. No, it couldn't be 69 because you weren't here.
Right. 73 in my first year.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
All right.
Rajay Davis starts out the bottom of the third with a line drive single. Well, Roy, big day tomorrow. The bobblehead. A's are going to honor you before the game. How does that make you feel?
Can't believe it. Just can't believe it. There's so many people that should have a bobblehead ahead of me, but
I don't know about that.
I'm honored that that they would do this. This is really my family and myself blowing our minds. You know,
just like
really
you, man.
great.
That's a great bobblehead. A lot
Well,
of times, you look at them and it's
pretty good.
I am shaking my head a lot.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Got you behind the desk and the microphone.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I like
Huh?
that. When I first saw the picture of it, I thought, oh, boy, I'm glad they didn't just build a stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Very good. 1968, huh?
1968.
Wow.
Who could believe it?
Now, you've told the story, but you have to tell it again.
What's that?
Was there one game that Charlie, all of a sudden you weren't working for the A's? What kind of happened? Was it somebody named Joe Pepitone? Or?
Yeah, I wouldn't announce the way he wanted it.
Can you say?
Well, it was. He wanted Joe Pepitone announced as Josephine Pepitone. when
Something was wrong.
Hair, you know? It used to be a real circus. He used to call me up on the phone, and I'd have to buffer for the organist and for the balls and strike guy and not tell them what he actually said about it. But he used to call and he'd tell me, you know, one more like these and you're out of here. And I said, I understand that, Mr. Finley. I understand. Like I told him, you know, like he would call me up and ask me to do something, and then I didn't do it. He'd call me back up and say, what's going on? And I said, I just couldn't bring myself to do that, Mr. Finley. And he said, well, next time, you're out of here. I said, that's understood.
It sounds like you heard that a few times.
Yeah,
the next time you're out of here, Roy.
Yeah. A few years go by.
Oh, man.
But it wasn't Charlie making a personal visit. It was a phone call from Chicago, right?
Well, he'd be in Chicago, which he would always, I mean, he'd be on the phone. Well, you knew that. I mean, they'd be on the phone for the whole game when he's back in Chicago. And then when he was here, he'd get on the phone.
He'd get on the phone sitting in the stands and call the manager and say, pinch hit for this guy.
Right, yeah.
So it sounded like Charlie wanted to call every department during the game.
Well, he did.
Quite so.
He believed he owned it. You know, we talk about, of course, Bob Shepard on the East Coast.
Right.
You know, for so many, I think 51 was his first year. And always talk about players who like to go to New York, because Derek Jeter still has his name announced by Bob Shepard when he's introduced. And, of course, when they come to the West Coast, they always wanted to have the voice of God announced.
Well, you know, I didn't realize how close, and this is not derogatory, but Bob Shepard is almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
He is close to 100 years old. That's just amazing. And then he was announcing Mickey Mantle and Yastrzemski and everybody else.
Well, action from Rajai Davis, a stolen base, and he ends up at third on the air.
Well, Ryan Sweeney doing a good job taking the pitch for him as Matt Wieters had a quick release again, but Rajai Davis a big jump on Kevin Millwood, and the ball bounced, and his tours tried to short hop it, and no way. You got to get in front of the ball and use your body, in that case, to block the ball, but a good break for the A's, moving Rajai to third. You know, Bob Shepard talked about Chikatoshi Hasegawa was his favorite. Do you have a favorite player, or you just all of them?
I used to say Geronimo Barroa.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
You know, there were so many, but that one, I mean, some of these names got ahead of me. I can't, like some of the Japanese, and I need to take a course.
Well, Roy, the A's just got, you remember the Ricky run? We always talk about Ricky getting a run and stealing a base. Well, Rajai Davis just singled, stole second, went to third on an E2, and with the infield playing in, Ryan Sweeney hit a ball up the middle. Is tourist because Rajai broke on contact. He was able to score. Yeah. So we call it the Rajai run now. The Ricky
great.
Run, the Rajai run.
That's great.
And how about Ricky in spring training working with the base runners?
Boy, just wait till Coco Chris gets healthy.
Right.
You know, man, I mean, it's exciting. I'm just so happy that the team has gotten off to the start. That, you know, it's just great.
Well, we're happy that I'm sure the line's going to be very long tomorrow, coming out here to get in line first to get the bobblehead of the voice of God, Roy Steele.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Got to have it. And I know when we drive in tomorrow, we'll be seeing the long lines out. Well, I already have mine. Somebody brought one up.
Yeah.
We already have
one.
We're
set.
So it's good. Kipe's got his displayed there.
That's great.
Toward right field, Markakis drifts back. He's got it. Side retired. Roy, thanks for joining us. It's wonderful to see you. Good luck tomorrow, okay?
And my best to the Kuiper family.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Four-game series this weekend against the Orioles, and on Sunday in the series finale, it is a 105 start. 10,000 fans that day will receive an A's Pet calendar. It's brought to you by Avaderm Natural. Order tickets at OaklandAthletics.com or call 877-493-BALL.
Top of the order for the Orioles.
Roy looks great,
He
doesn't he?
does look great.
Said he's going to be tomorrow over in the Diamond Vision, and said he's going to try to announce a few batters, which will be great. So that in itself on Roy Steele bobblehead day, great opportunity. And I was talking to Steve Finelli and Josh and Travis in the ticket office today. Remember we were talking about the sluggy?
Yeah.
The walk-up last night, 7,000.
Really?
7,000 people at the last minute decided to come out to the Coliseum, bought a ticket. And Travis said everybody was emailing, tweeting, and I guess, is that what it's called?
Something like that.
And about, got to get my sluggy, got to get my sluggy. So, tweet.
Tweeting?
Yeah, tweeting. Is that it? I don't know. Anyway, but 7,000 walk up, and I tell you, for the folks tomorrow, for Roy Steele bobblehead day, tomorrow would be a good day to get out and get in line early to get the Roy Steele bobblehead. That is a great addition to your already great collection of bobbleheads, and I'm sure a lot of people received. 7,000 walk-up. That's great.
Yep. 3-2 to the leadoff man, Andrew Jones. Adam Jones, I should say.
But, of course, if you want to avoid the lines at the Will Card walk-up window, you buy your tickets in advance.
That's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, of course. You know, we tell you the number all the time. Go online or you can call, order tickets, and great promotions. And tell you what, some great baseball to be seen now with your Oakland Athletics.
Jones breaks his bat. He'll get a new one. Count stays full, 3-2. Dallas Braden has gone 9 up, 9 down with a couple of strikeouts, so he's been sharp early. 2-0 A's. Single runs in the second and the third.
34 pitches through the first three. He's at 41 now with a long at bat by Adam Jones, but you average 10 pitches an inning. That's pretty good.
Jones reaches for it. It's a little pop-up. Edge of the outfield grass. Pennington has it, and that's the first out.
3-2 changeup, and that's the confidence Dallas Braden has in his changeup.
Now batting, number 21, Nick Markakis.
So here's Markakis hitting second tonight. Grounded out to short in the first inning. First pitch strike. Miguel Tejada waits in the on-deck circle. Braden getting ahead of most of the hitters. And he's got 2 runs to work with.
Early,
which for him is a lot.
That's a lot for him early in the game.
That's a fair ball. Past Barton and down the right field line. And Markakis will have a 1-out double here in the fourth. That's the first hit for the Orioles. Nothing Barton could do. It got past him quickly.
Like it went soft, the 2 strikes. Markakis a very good hitter. Target outside, pitch inside. And if it's a changeup, a hitter who waits as Markakis did, not surprising, he was able to get the ball inside the line at first.
Tejada steps in. Swings at the first pitch, a little pop-up. Barton racing over foul territory, and he caught it with a dive. Wow. More defense from the Athletics. We have seen it over and over.
Long run for Derek Barton in this nice soft turf set up by Clay Wood. He knows he's going to get a soft landing. Tremendous play by Derek Barton, and slipped a little bit when he popped up because Markakis tagging at second, at least bluffing towards third. Watch this slip a little bit. Fortunately, did not hurt himself as he did in Anaheim. But great play defensively. Of course, Derek Barton off to a great year offensively, but showing a glove as well at first.
Here's Wieters, who takes a changeup low. Wieters grounded out to short in the second inning. Another changeup that's low. Wieters took them both. There's a fastball first strike. Four hits for the A's to go with their 2 runs. Just the 1 hit for the Orioles. Kuzmanov, a big hop. Throws in time, side retired. So Braden works his way out of the mini jam. Markakis double, but no damage done. First 2,000 Eric Chavez hits for the cycle here at the Coliseum, and he did it against the Baltimore Orioles.
Remember that one's right away center. Home run.
When you've got a giant appetite, it's got to be Nations.
Yes, I do. And
Nations is good.
Nice to have Nations as joining the party.
There's one right there at 680 and Croquet.
Think we could make a call? You know, if Nation's going to be a sponsor, we have to sample products, right?
That's right.
So I think we should get some Nations. I love a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I think, you know, they were talking about what foods do we like? Well, any food.
Cheeseburger.
Or as Lou Wolf said, free food.
Free food, yeah.
But cheeseburgers sound good. Nations, I think probably before this homestand ends, we should have some. Don't you think?
Desserts, too. They get big desserts there.
I think even B.I. would have a Nation's cheeseburger.
Yeah. Well,
He
B.I.'s
said thumbs up. James likes it.
Big eater. 4 meals a day, B.I.
You know, Grady's not going to turn away a cheeseburger.
It is good to have nations aboard.
Absolutely.
3-1 to Chavez, who had a base hit in the second inning. Another hard hit ball, and Wigginton to his left grabs it. 4-3 in the putout.
Well, the Yankees are coming in starting Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon. Of course, Monday's an off day, the first for the A's starting the season. So the Yankees in town twice, the reigning world champions, and good opportunity to come out to see the Yankees for the first time this year as they won a rain-shortened game in New York against the Rangers.
And that game was held up for a long time, and they called it. Base hit for Jake Fox.
And I always think that every time the Yankees, the Red Sox, especially those two teams come to the Bay Area, there's that hanging cut fastball that Jake Fox took at his first at bat. Solid base hit here. But to me, one of the worst things about watching an A's baseball game against the Yankees and the Red Sox is when their fans come out and they try to yell more than the A's fans, cheer louder than the A's fans. So a lot of Yankee fans all over the country.
Yeah.
Red Sox nations all over. You should have an A's nation. And don't let those teams come in here and
make more noise.
Make more noise.
There's
There's
the challenge, right?
That's it. Get out of here. Get out here and cheer on the Oakland A's.
So the Rangers lose. The Angels won tonight 7-5. Mariners are playing right now. They lead the Tigers 3-0 up in Seattle. It's Hernandez pitching that game for Seattle. So we always like to keep a close eye on the AL West. Inside to Gabe Gross. Gross had a base hit in the second inning.
We were talking last night about the good fortunes for Major League Baseball, the good weather. Look on the board, got a rain delay in Fenway Park. Bottom of the ninth inning, or at least the ninth inning, and then the rain-shortened game at Yankee Stadium. So East Coast getting a little bit of rain.
Up the middle as Torres can't get it into center field, a base hit. Gabe Gross is 2 for 2. Six hits now for the Athletics.
Well, as Torres evidently thought he could catch the ball and flip. Otherwise, maybe took a bad hop on him, but that's a fieldable ball. And had the second baseman going to the bag for a little flip.
So here is Rosales. He's trying to tack on to their 2-0 lead.
Ball stayed down as Torres stayed up with his glove.
Millwood got in on the hands of Rosales. Miguel Cabrera just doubled home a pair of runs for the Tigers up in Seattle, so it's a 3-2 game in the fourth. Well, the Orioles will have to go to their bullpen fairly early tonight. 75 pitches for Millwood, and there's just one out here in the fourth inning. Rosales goes after the pitch, and that's a strikeout. Rosales was hoping the umpire would say it's a foul ball, but he did not. That's strikeout number 5 for Millwood. Ball in the dirt.
You really have to be disciplined and get the slow curve. Stay back, and Rosales just went down. Anytime a ball bounces like that, hitter has a tendency, you look at him, too much weight forward and try to go down again. And try to pick up the spin of the ball. You see that's going to be out of the strike zone, but he could not hold up his swing.
2 outs for Cliff Pennington. Fox at second, Gross at first. Cued foul. Pennington struck out looking in the second inning. Did that with a couple of runners aboard and 2 outs. Shot fair. Down the right field line. Fox will score. Here comes Gross. They're waving him home. Gross digging for the plate. He will score. Pennington to third with a triple.
Hey, talk about a great job of waiting. Cliff Pennington did, and just waited so long and hooked the ball just inside the line at first base. Breaking ball, the cutter down and in. A nice quick swing just past the diving first baseman Atkins. And once it got down to the corner with a couple of outs, Mike Gallego, let's go. Let's go. You're working on the running program. Get it going. Gross did a good job of making a sharp turn around third. You never want to shake hands with a third base coach and make that big of a turn. But you know what the guys were doing today, and something that you mentioned, Babaleo started last year, thanks to Mark Ellis when he had the calf injury. But once a week, I know I saw it in Seattle, and today, position players were out in the running program. They come out, and they just run. You know, and it's not so much, I don't think, of getting in shape or staying in shape, which they do by doing it, but it's the technique of running. And you saw Gross scoring from first on a ball, and he showed some very good speed. And the way he cut the bases, you try to minimize the wide turns. And he may be breathing a little bit hard, but he made the sharp turns. Watch this. He barely just got outside the running part of the dirt part of the running track. So good job by Gabe Gross.
Rajai Davis will climb back to his feet. 1-2 the count.
Tommy Adza just said, Jeremy. Of course, the similar ball hit in the right field corner, and Derek Jeter made that play they always work on. Flipped the ball back to Posada. And, oh, boy, just think what it could have been.
Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Davis is retired, but a big hit by Cliff Pennington, a 2-out, 2-run triple. So we're headed to the 5th inning. The A's with a 4-0 lead. Here's our trivia question brought to you by AT&T. What player has the longest hit streak to open a season in Oakland A's history? Does the fact that we're showing you Ryan Sweeney in right field have anything to do with it?
Probably not. Oh, he's got a nice streak going, doesn't he?
He does. 10 coming in, 2 tonight. So he's hit safely in all 10 games this year. Trying to make it 11 tonight. Does that mean he's the answer? Maybe, maybe not. Nolan Reimold. Broken bat. Pennington grabs it on the backhand. One out here in the 5th inning.
Triple and then caught his breath and then made a nice defensive play going to his right. Didn't have to leave the ground, leave his feet to dive for the ball. Excellent range as we have seen tonight from Cliff Pennington.
Here's Luke Scott. Changeup. Braden, one of those guys who, a left-handed pitcher who is not afraid to throw his changeup to a left-handed hitter. Some lefties are. Jake Fox should have a play near the screen, and he missed it. Popped right out of his glove. He had just enough room in front of the screen.
Maybe his catcher's miss not broken in well enough because this ball just pop out. Use 2 hands, put the other hand up. Yeah, he just did not squeeze the glove quickly enough. Who's the official score, B.I.?
It's an error.
Yeah. That was a catchable ball. Wasn't difficult.
Scott struck out looking in the 2nd inning. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Braden. 4-0 A's. This one right in the middle of the diamond. Kuzmanov makes the catch. A little juggling act. Probably the worst place a pop-up can go, huh? Even though you got 5 guys who could potentially catch it. 6, actually.
Well, if Kuzmanov did not keep his eye on the ball, if he looked, because Dallas Braden saying, I got it, and then peels off to let Kuzmanov come in and make the play.
Garrett Atkins hit a fly ball to center field in the 3rd. Atkins was 1 for 4 last night with a double. Orioles are hoping that Atkins regains the form he had with the Rockies. Atkins had some huge years in Colorado. Unfortunately for him, 2009 was not one of them, and that's why he's no longer a Colorado Rocky. But, man, he was a major threat.
It had to be a disappointing at bat for Dallas Braden to have the Atkins. You see the numbers Copper's talking about. Last 4 seasons, boy, double figures in home runs. The high of 29 with 120 driven in. Is that before the humidor?
I don't know. Deep to left. Wigginton has the Orioles on the board, a 2nd decker. So the walk to Atkins with 2 outs hurts Braden as Wigginton hits home run number 3. And Baltimore's back in the game. That was a long one.
Well, it was a changeup, and first pitch changeup was good, but the location to Wigginton was not so good. And he is a strong young man, and he just showed it. He provided all the power. Looked on the board, it said 62, which I don't think so. I don't think it's that slow. But it was a slow changeup, and he crushed it.
Cesar Torres, the 9th place hitter, will hit.
But the walk, 4 pitches to Atkins.
Yep.
That's the tough part.
Sweeney in right field camps under it as Torres is retired. Ty Wigginton does some damage. A long 2-run homer. Bottom of the 5th coming up. A's 4, Orioles 2. Woo. A's 4, Orioles 2, bottom of the 5th inning. Check out the improvement of Derek Barton this season. Boy, he's really had a good start. And what he's doing in the different counts. And how about the one in the middle, Ray? Behind in the count, 4 for 8. Ahead in the count, 2 for 13. Interesting. He's going to be retired here on a foul pop to Miguel Tejada. 2 strikes.
That's a good one.
7 for 16.
That's why he's getting a lot of walks against the 2 strikes, not afraid to get there. And one for 6 with a full count, 3 walks.
Well, he has clearly made some major steps as a hitter, and it's showing up early on the stat sheet. Bloomberg Sports, the leader in data analysis, has developed an analytical product being used by baseball clubs. There's also a product for fans. Improve your fantasy play or track your favorite players and teams. Go to BloombergSports.com for details. That graphic on Derek Barton brought to you by Bloomberg Sports. Wigginton picks it up, throws wide, and Sweeney's aboard. Not an easy play, but it'll be interesting to see what the ruling is.
Base hit.
It's a hit for Sweeney.
So that's continues his streak, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Wigginton sprinted around the bases for the home run and just could not get over quickly enough. Put the glove down, then pulled off his first baseman Adkins with a throw.
Sweeney has hit in all 11 games now this year.
That he's played.
Yeah, that's right.
He got a day
Set
off
out
in
one.
Seattle, yeah. And he's fortunate, because in that game, could have been used as a pinch hitter.
Yeah.
That's a good way to end your streak.
Kuzmanov singled and scored in the 2nd inning, and this one a jam shot foul over Atkins' head. Mariners 4, Tigers 2 in the 4th inning in Seattle. .90 pitches in the 5th inning for Millwood. Hey, did you see this date in history today? Do you read that in the newspapers?
Bob Feller.
Well, Bob Feller was the one. Yeah, the only opening day no-hitter, right?
70 years ago.
Atkins spins around. The out at second. Throw to first. And the ball in the dirt. Millwood made a good effort but couldn't come up with it. And I think Kuzmanov would have been safe anyways. Fielder's choice.
Which one?
The one I was going to ask you about is the Dave Kingman 3-home run game, if you remembered that one, with the A's.
What year?
1984. Yeah. Second player in A's history to homer 3 times in one game. The A's won in Seattle. He had 8 RBIs. One of those home runs was a grand slam. Dave
I remember, but I wasn't working, not in broadcasting. I was in the Speakers Bureau.
Dave Kingman.
King Kong. Probably could have gone to Seattle. I think he had a chance to go to Seattle to finish his career after he left the A's, but opted not to. And he probably could have gotten the 500 home runs.
Yeah, he would have hit a few there. Dave Kingman.
Saw him in Phoenix. He was there signing autographs for Fergie Jenkins Foundation, and Fergie brought in a lot of guys, including when the A's played the Cubs at Phoenix Muni. Dave Kingman was there.
Well, the longest home run I've ever seen hit was Kingman with the Cubs when he hit it down the street at Wrigley Field, and the ball, he literally hit it like off a house, and the ball rolled down the street. Kids were like chasing after it. when I was at Wrigley 7, 8 years ago, I walked out there and there's this circle where the ball actually hit.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not that street right behind left field. It's the street going in the other direction down that street. See if it's still there when we go there.
Jaron, Tommy Adams can take a camera crew and you can say, this is the spot.
Is it, yeah. I don't know what year it was, but I just remember the kids chasing the ball down the street, running away from the stadium. Adam Jones in center field takes care of it. Side retired. A hit for the A's, nothing else. 5 innings in the books, 4-2 Athletics. All right, here's our trivia answer, brought to you by AT&T. What player has the longest hit streak to open a season in Oakland A's history? Familiar name, Stan Javier, hit in the first 17 games in 1994. Stan Javier.
The son of Julian Javier.
Yeah. And named after? Who? Stan Musial.
Oh, Stan. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you meant Julian
Javier. I don't know who he's named after. I believe Stan Javier is named after Stan Musial.
Not valid.
No.
My idols. I know. Watching Stan the Man growing up in Southern Illinois. Julian Javier played for some of the great Cardinal teams.
4-2 game. The A's lead the Orioles. 6th inning, and Dallas Braden faces the top of the order. Adam Jones, Nick Markakis, Miguel Tejada. So a challenge inning for Braden. Pretty good hitters. Starting with Jones, who was an all-star last year for the first time.
Well, last night, Adam Jones, where everybody wearing number 42 had the special shoes on, or at least a different type of shoe. We read today that Nike made up special shoes for 4 different players, but I didn't see Adam Jones' name mentioned.
I saw
white and blue was the.
Yeah, I think Griffey had him on.
Griffey?
No, he's got him on tonight. The Mariners didn't play last night, so
O-Dog, Orlando Hudson.
That's right.
The Twins was one of them.
I saw some highlights. A couple guys had him on.
Yeah, someone said, "Hey, Cubs are wearing number 42." So if you didn't play yesterday on the April 15th, every club the next day, in most cases everybody's playing today, then clubs that did not wear 42 to honor Jackie Robinson had the opportunity today or tonight in the game to do that.
And the Mariners and the Tigers are two of those teams.
The Red Sox playing the Rays, hosting the Rays. Rays were wearing them. The Red Sox no, because they played yesterday.
Up the middle, Pennington gives a little ground. He's going to have to hurry. Throws just in time to get Adam Jones. One out here in the 6th. A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek's See Red, Get Green promotions with hundreds of prizes every day until April 30th. Visit cachecreek.com for details. It's getting chilly, folks. That young lady is going to be okay. We'll stay warm with that giddy up on.
Sluggy.
This sluggy. Tried my sluggy on last night when I got home. Fit pretty good.
Sleep in it?
Nope.
Watch a little TV?
Yeah, oh yeah. Watch some highlights.
Jack, put it up.
What is that? So I like to go home and go right to On Demand.
Yeah.
Sports and fitness. A's baseball.
Sports and fitness.
That's what you pick on Comcast. Watch
gonna,
our open to make sure you were good, and then I go to bed.
I thought you were going to do some aerobics or something.
You know me better than that, Ray. Sluggy aerobics. Hey, we've had some fun with the sluggy, and if it got 7,000 people to walk up, get some people in the ballpark, we'll take it.
We ought to do just as many for the Roy Steele bobblehead tomorrow. And I know
there's going to be a huge walk up tomorrow, I think.
Good day baseball at the Coliseum, the second day game of the schedule so far. They had last Thursday. Final game of the Mariners series, and the A's won that game. Take 3 or 4 against Seattle to start the homestand in the season.
That final game of the Yankee series Thursday will be a day game. The Indians will be here next weekend, Friday night, Saturday day, Sunday day. The Tribe.
We will be televising all 3 games of the Yankees.
Yes.
Right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Here's the sluggy as we speak.
Curve stays outside 3-2. All right. No school tomorrow. Going to stay the full 9. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Markakis becomes the 3rd strikeout for Dallas Braden.
Got the changeup, same pitch that Markakis hit down the line for a double, but got it 3-2, and Dallas Braden, he got Adam Jones in the 4th on a 3-2 changeup, got him to pop out to Pennington, and now gets Markakis with a big strikeout. Pitch count just now, 79, so it's good for Dallas.
The starters have really done a nice job in the early going.
You know what's nice? This is the 3rd round of the starters. Ben Sheets started last night, Dallas Braden, and see Duke tomorrow. Braden or Anderson on Sunday.
Pennington throws to first, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Dallas Braden. Bottom of the 6th coming up. A's 4, Orioles 2. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. A's with a 4-2 lead. Bottom of the 6th inning from the Coliseum. Game 2 of a 10-game homestand. This is the longest homestand of the year for the A's. 10 games in 11 days. As Ray mentioned earlier, first day off of the year will be Monday. These will have the next 2 Mondays off. It's been a good night for Jake Fox, leading things off here in the 6th. He had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd, and he singled and scored in the 4th. So he's been right in the middle of the scoring for the A's. Long run, Garrett Atkins, and he's going to run out of room.
Well, at the Coliseum, you cannot coast after a foul ball. If you're a first or third baseman, you have to run hard. Not a foul territory, and he glided after the ball, almost saying that no chance to get there.
One and 2 to Fox. And that stays high. Millwood over 100 pitches, 101 now. Swing and a miss. The Weeders grabbed it, but maybe Fox got a piece of it. He did not. So that's strikeout number 7.
Now batting left fielder, number 18, Gabe Gross.
Well, Millwood trying to keep his team in the game. Another guy having a good night is Gabe Gross. A couple of singles. He scored a run. First pitch outside. So Gross, who started 2 of the 3 games in Seattle, getting a start here tonight. Travis Buck struggling a little bit in his time playing left field. Three and 0. Gross now 4 hits and 11 at-bats on the season, and he's got 3 RBIs. Taking all the way, and he takes a strike. Millwood has not walked anybody in the ball game. Good changeup right there, right over top. Ball kind of fading away from the left-handed hitter.
You can see the pitch count at 107. There's not even a thought about somebody getting up the bullpen. He is a strong young man.
A little flare to left, and that will drop for a hit. So Gabe Gross is 3 for 3.
Think about Gross. He waits so well and not opposed to taking some shots to the opposite field.
Now batting second baseman, number 7,
Especially a pitcher's got a good curveball and changeup. You stay back, get a fastball, which he does, and a linear to left field.
Yeah.
And as we speak, bullpen activity for the Orioles.
Rosales is the hitter. Curve in there, first strike. Matt Albers, number 37, starts to loosen up. Rosales, a good swing and a fastball out over the plate. Rosales is 0 for 2, a fly ball to right and a strikeout. And there's that big curve, and it drops right in for strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Millwood.
Well, we talked about the veteran who, the more he pitches, the longer he's in a ball game, the better he can get. And we've seen that from Kevin Millwood tonight.
Yeah, this is not the first time we've seen Millwood do this, where he just kind of keeps battling, and then you look up and he's still around in the 6th, 7th inning and keeping his team close. Biggest hit in this game belongs to the batter Cliff Pennington, a 2-out, 2-run triple in the 4th inning. Turned a 2-0 game into a 4-0 game. Will Ullman, the lefty, joins Elbers, the righty. Up and away. 1-1 the count. 113 pitches now for Millwood. Change up, and Pennington, ball had a little movement to it. Swung over top, did Pennington. Gross inches off. He's got a pretty good lead at first. He's not going. And the big curve, Pennington swings and misses. So Millwood strikes out 3 in the inning. He's got 9 strikeouts in the game. Turf Builder delivers a lush lawn from the roots up. Hurry in to get your free Scott's MLB Fan Guide, available exclusively at Lowe's. World Series 1989, a sweep for the Athletics. That's a good-looking jacket, right?
Who was that against?
Giants.
89. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right.
Forgot all about that.
Well, I bet you did.
That is a nice jacket.
It's got all you need to know, the goods. Dallas Braden back to work.
Didn't know he's got 81 pitches, and Brad Ziegler is listening in the bullpen.
Had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 6th, did Braden. Wieters, Reimold, Scott. And there is Ziegler. The Mariners have opened up that game down in Seattle, or up in Seattle, I should say. Mariners with a 7-2 lead over the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers had closed it to 3-2, but now it's 7-2. Seattle still batting. 1-2 to Wieters. Fastball in on the hands.
Probably finished for the night, 115 pitches, but not a bad outing for Kevin Millwood. Actually, it should be one of those runs unearned, I think, BI. So that's
4-3,
4-3. The Rajay run was unearned.
Wieters swings at a high pitch, and it's a strikeout.
Changed it up a little bit. He'd thrown Wieters a couple of change-ups. Got him to ground out to short and to third, and then fooled him with a 1-2 fastball up in the zone. Good location. Velocity, exactly what you like, especially up in the zone.
So here's Reimold. Angels won 7-5 in Toronto tonight. Weaver got the win, Markham the loss. Jared Weaver 2-0 on the season. He pitched good tonight.
Angels win percentage in Toronto is one of the worst for them, and
it's their house of horrors.
Yeah, they don't like it there.
Past Pennington, and that's a base hit for Reimold. Well, they had a big lead in that game. They gave up some runs late. Fernando Rodney got the save. Vernon Wells hit another home run for Toronto, his 6th of the year. Wells is off to a terrific start.
Well, the signing of Fernando Rodney is not a bad one. Yeah. He was 37 for 38 saves for the Tigers last year, and as it turned out, Fuentes on the DL. He could step in and be the closer.
Here's Luke Scott. There's a strike in the outside corner. So the Angels, with their win, improve their record to 4-7. Yankees beat Texas 6-1 in a rain-shortened game. It went 6 innings. CC Sabathia got the win. See Mark Teixeira's numbers? He was 0 for 3 tonight. He's 3 for 36. That's an 0.83 batting average. How does that happen?
He started that way last year also.
Did he?
First year in New York in April, and he's resigned himself and said, I get off to a slow start.
Yeah.
But you can't always assume you're going to be able to turn the notch up a little bit. But he did last year. Had a great season in his first year of his 8-year contract with the Yankees.
0-2. So Texas with the loss. Rangers now 5-5 this season. Will Ullman now by himself in the Orioles bullpen. Barton, backhand, flips to second for one, back to first. Braden's got it, double play.
Home Depot doing business, boy, right there. That's some defense.
3-6-1. 7th inning stretch coming up. 4-2 A's.
Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Say yes to amazing deals on your favorite Toyotas. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Yes. By Xfinity, the next generation in home entertainment. Now available in the Bay Area and coming soon to the Central Valley. And by the Chevy Spring Event with great deals on award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the A's hanging on to a 4-2 lead over the Orioles. Rajai Davis to lead it off, and a new pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. And that new pitcher is Will Ullman. He picks up the ball and throws to first. Rajai Davis is retired, 1 out. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Busy season for Ullman, his 6th appearance.
Now batting first baseman, number 10, Darren.
Ullman takes over. Did not sign a contract till early February. Ullman was one of those guys kind of waiting around for maybe the best deal. He ends up signing with the Baltimore Orioles. Ziegler still throwing in the bullpen. Barton takes a strike down around the knees. It's 0-2.
Well, if it is Dallas Braden's last inning, what a way to finish. And a 3-6-1 double play. And Dallas Braden showing his athletic ability to move around, not only on the mound, but to cover first base. And about 92 pitches. And you get Jim Scanlon chuckling a bit. He'll meet with the media after the game and hop in his car and head to Stockton.
Yeah. Sleep fast and get right back here tomorrow. Barton rolls over on that one. And that's a 4-3 put out. 2 outs here in the 7th.
Well, as we talked, Derek Barton to his right. Nice feed to Cliff Pennington. And Pennington to the covering first baseman, pitcher Dallas Braden. That's a great play. And you hear somebody say, get over there. And just to remind Dallas Braden that he was quick enough to get there knowing that he had a chance to be at the back end of the double play to get out of the inning.
It's a very difficult play for a pitcher. You got to watch the ball, make sure your foot catches the bag, which is not easy to do. And you got to get over there.
It's just as hard for the shortstop to make sure that he throws to the bag, and then you hope the pitcher gets there. And if not, the catcher needs to be rushing down to back up in the case the throw is a little bit errant or the pitcher is not there. It should be CC Sabathia and Dallas Braden next Thursday in the Yankee series finale. On Thursday afternoon.
That would make sense, yeah.
That is a very good series-ending pitching matchup. One from Stockton, one from Vallejo.
Yep.
Should be some good crowds. Tickets available for all 3 games. We encourage those who have the opportunity to come out and see the world champion Yankees and 27 world championships for the Yankees after winning last year.
Sweeney pops a foul, left field, and out of play. Bounces in the walkway. Another good-looking jacket. To left field where Luke Scott goes back, but he's got room, and ball carrying to left field sends Scott almost to the wall, but he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down inning. 8th inning coming up. Lead Dallas Braden out of the game, 7 great innings. He's standing by downstairs. Dallas, 3rd straight terrific start for you. It looks like you were on top of it again tonight.
Yeah, it felt good. You know, got some early contact. The guys were making ridiculous defensive plays out there. Pennington's tired. He said he took ground balls before the game. He didn't need any more. But I mean, just they hit him where they are tonight.
Now let's compare your first start against the Mariners, the 10 strikeouts, a lot of changeups, to last Sunday in Anaheim and tonight as far as the number of changeups and the pitches you're used, especially tonight, to get the outs.
Well, you've got to make adjustments. You know, you got to get. You know the game plan is going to be there. You know that their game plan is also going to be geared towards what you're doing well at the time. So you've got to continue to evolve, be a chameleon, you know, change to your environment, change to their approach. And you can't wait for at-bat to at-bat. You got to change during an at-bat. And Foxy and I did a good job of that tonight.
Well, 3 straight great starts for Dallas Braden. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Get comfortable. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thanks, guys. Sounds good.
All right, so Dallas Braden will
make that drive to Stockton very enjoyable if the A's can hang on and get a team win and a win for Dallas.
Indeed. Garrett Atkins will make it interesting as he has a base hit leading off the 8th inning. 0-2 record for Ziegler in his 6th game as he faces Ty Wigginton.
Now, this is the way the A's like it. Any team likes it. Actually, get your starter to go 7, get a setup guy, and go to your closer. What was wrong with that pitch?
7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And the 2 runs that Dallas Braden gave up, this gentleman right here hit a 2-run homer after a 2-out walk to Atkins. So that was the only damage done off Dallas Braden.
Plus, Pennington didn't have to try to catch that one. Might have taken a ride up to Seattle. That was crushed.
One and 2 to Wigginton. Got him swinging. So that's the first out here in the 8th.
Like the Frisbee, and he just threw a great one to the outside part of the plate. Got the strikeout, his first for Brad Ziegler.
We have a pinch hitter for us, Churras. It's going to be Lou Montanez. Montanez just called up today. Orioles put Felix P.A. on the disabled list. Montanez, an outfielder. Ziegler looking for a ground ball. Breslow is up. Kurt Suzuki down in the bullpen.
Got bored.
It's just not a normal day for you catchers unless you get in the crouch for a while, right?
Zook probably catch the next couple of days, get his off day on Monday, and see how many catches next week.
One and 1 the count to Montanez, with the top of the order, Adam Jones, waiting in the on-deck circle. Atkins, a very short lead at first. And that's line foul, broken bat. Sounded like a broken bat, maybe not. Montanez is going to hold on to it. Ziegler ahead in the count. See if he throws that, what we like to call the Frisbee slider. It just sort of floats up there and kind of never gets there. Tough on right-handed hitters.
Front door didn't quite make it, but key for him is to throw it with a very kind of a violent delivery, but then flip it, and not really have a lot on the pitch.
And the description frisbee is really exactly what the ball does.
Except you don't have a dog chasing it.
No, that's right. Barton has it, spins around to Pennington. Can the A's do it again? They do. This time it's 3-6-3. And Derek Barton putting on a show at first. Check it out, folks.
Derek Barton, perfect throw to second. Back to him from Pennington.
Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Here's our game summary brought to you by McDonald's. 2-4-1 for the Orioles, 4-9-1 for the Athletics. Dallas Braden, very good tonight. Kevin Millwood, 3 earned runs in 6 innings, 115 pitches. With the A's, good defense, good pitching again tonight. Julio Lugo takes over at shortstop as Torres was pinch hit for. As Kuzminoff leads off and swings at the first pitch, hits it to Tejada, who straightens up and throws out Kuzminoff. New pitcher is Matt Albers. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. So Albers takes over. 1 inning for Will Oman. 3 up, 3 down inning. Eric Chavez, 1 for 3 with a single. Bailey throwing in the bullpen, and in the 9th inning, it'll be the top of the order for the Orioles. Jones, Markakis, and Tejada.
If it stays at 2-run lead, it'll be his first save opportunity of the season. Game 12.
Well, usually you would say, oh, man, that's not good. But the A's have a 7-4 record. Just has worked out that some of the games the A's have won. Been ahead by quite a bit. Tyson Ross does have a save. That was a 3-inning save. Hit hard to the new shortstop, Julio Lugo. And Chavez is now 1 for 4. 7 A's in a row have been retired.
If you think about the first 2 wins for the A's, are both walk-offs.
That's right.
Against the Mariners, games 2 and 3.
Number 50, Jay Fox.
Here's Jake Fox. 1 for 2 tonight with a sacrifice fly. Good breaking pitch from Albers. Radio only tomorrow for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Justin Dukeshire and Jeremy Guthrie. That's your matchup. Guthrie has lost his first 2 starts this year.
Jack have a T-ball game tomorrow?
He does. I gotta go.
Absolutely.
I gotta be there.
Absolutely.
I think I'm looking forward to it more than he is.
Give us a report on Sunday.
Nobody's going to get that one. It's not easy for 5-year-olds to concentrate for an hour and a half of a T-ball game.
Well, just remember.
You know whose coach is?
No.
Steve Johnson.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Steve Johnson.
Yes. So, told Steve, I said, my kid's got to be in the lineup. Come on. Strike 3 called. Jake Fox turns around. Can't quite believe that that was called a strike, but we're headed to the 9th. Drive of the game. It was Cliff Pennington's 2-out, 2-run triple in the 4th inning down the right field line. So Pennington now 10 RBIs on the year to lead the team, and that was a big hit. And that's our drive of the game. 4-2 now as Andrew Bailey comes in.
Number 10, Adam Jones.
Now we know why Kurt Suzuki was warming up Bailey in the bullpen.
To warm himself up. Because Kurt's in the game. And he's catching Andrew Bailey, as expected. So first save opportunity for Andrew Bailey. No, Ray, we brought up Steve Johnston's name, and we should tell people who he is. He's the general counsel for the Oakland A's.
Good idea.
Yeah. Fairly important job. But Steve's a good guy, does a great job coaching the youngsters.
So is Jack going to play? I think everybody has to play, right? So
yes.
one of those.
Yeah.
No child left unplayed.
That's exactly right. And Steve does a terrific job. I give him a lot of credit. 1-2 to Adam Jones. Jones is hitless tonight after a single, double, and a triple last night. Couple of ground outs and a pop out. 1-2 the count. And he lines one to right. Sweeney is going to get there, and he makes the catch.
Great positioning by Ryan Sweeney in right field, of course. Todd Stevenson, the A's first base coach, works with the outfielders, and they position the guys based on the reports. And all he had to do is take a couple of steps to his left, and he's standing there waiting for it. There is Trick, Todd Stevenson, between Ty Waller and Bob Guerra.
Markakis goes after the first pitch. Markakis is 1 for 3. Only 4 hits in the game for the Orioles. They had 8 hits last night. And it's 0-2. So Bailey got ahead of Jones and now ahead of Markakis. Left center, hit pretty well, and nobody's going to get it. Markakis digging for second, and he's going to make it standing up. An 0-2 pitch, and to me, that's a tip your cap, because that was a good pitch by Bailey. Watch where this pitch is.
Well, it just goes to show that Doug Markakis is a very good hitter. 0-2 curveball, and watch the extension, the follow-through. Went down to get a very good curveball from Andrew Bailey. Probably would have been a good idea, if you can, to bounce the ball. Bounce the curveball, because he left it up enough for Markakis to drive it.
Second double for Markakis tonight. And here's Tejada. Fastball for a strike. Tejada was 0 for 4 last night. And he is 0 for 3 tonight. Breaking pitch outside. Or maybe the cutter.
Cutter is a good pitch that he throws. There, Jim Johnson, he's a new closer for the Orioles.
Tejada bounces one to the right side. Rosales has it, and that's the second out here in the ninth. To third goes Markakis. So Matt Wieters will hit. Bailey trying to wrap this baby up and get the A's their 8th win in the first 12 games. So Wieters 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Strike down around the knees.
Gary Cedarstrom is like the low strike tonight after Marty Foster last night was up in his zone. So pretty consistent by both Foster last night and Cedarstrom tonight.
Rosales going back. Sweeney coming in. Sweeney still coming in, and he's got it, and that's the ball game. Bailey gets his first save of the year, and Dallas Braden is 2-0, and the A's are 8-4. So a good start to the homestand, a win last night, and a win tonight for the A's over the struggling Baltimore Orioles, who are now 1-10, and they have lost 8 in a row. So the A's taking advantage of a struggling team, and that's exactly what you should do. So Dallas Braden, another good performance by Dallas. Did not have the big strikeout pitch going like he had earlier this year. Didn't need it because the defense was great. I think the story of this game to me was the A's defense.
Well, and
Dallas sparkle.
Dallas said that in the few minutes he spent with us. But, you know, when you have defense and the pitcher knows he can pitch to contact. He can force the opposing team to put the ball in play knowing that defense is going to do the job. And, boy, they did it tonight. And, you know, Pennington just keeps moving all over the place. The outfield, great outfield positioning as well as great speed to take away some hits. So it's exactly what a pitcher wants.
So pitching and defense, and quite frankly, when it's all said and done, that's probably the way the A's are going to win games this year. And get that one big hit. They got it tonight, and it was this one by Pennington.
Well, the defense first, and Pennington going to his right and ranging far to his right. And again, up the middle. So Cliff Pennington just doing it all and really covering a lot of ground at shortstop. Line drive, able to get to it without leaving his feet. So just a very good job, and one that, you know, if he can do the defense, you know the offense is going to be there as well.
And it was the 2-run triple by Cliff Pennington, really the difference in this game. Jake Fox, a hit, a run scored, a sacrifice fly behind the plate, and he is standing by downstairs. Jake, nice job tonight. Tell us about the outing from Dallas Braden. Not as many strikeouts tonight, but really Braden, not necessarily a strikeout guy, but the defense was great.
Well, after the 7th inning when they brought him out, I went over to him and said, "Hey, thank you, man. I had a blast." That was one of the most fun games I've had in a really long time. You know, I haven't been back behind the plate a whole lot, but whenever you get a guy throwing like that, it's a heck of a lot of fun because it makes calling pitches and it makes the game so much more exciting to just to be a part of, and it was a lot of fun today.
And, Jake, how much did it help? You caught him last Sunday, so you catch him again tonight, and back-to-back starts for him. And I know you were talking before the ball game, and Dallas was talking a little bit about you guys trying to work together, and the main job as a catcher is to do that. How long did it take you then? How much did that help you in tonight's game?
Well, you know, he really gave me a lot of confidence. He came to me after that 7th inning, too, when I thanked him for that experience. He just came up to me and said, "Hey, we were on point today. We really worked well together. You know, I made a few mistakes and made us pay for it, but for the most part, we worked really, really well together." And I think that he gained some confidence in me, and I'm just along for the ride. That was a lot of fun.
And, Jake, you come to a new team. You obviously want to help out early. How important was the home run on Wednesday in Seattle? It was your first hit as an A. You struggled a little bit early, but you got the 2-run homer, even though the A's lost the game. But did that kind of get you going offensively?
Well, I will tell you this. It took a weight off my shoulders. Anytime you get your first one, it really allows you to settle in, relax, and just play because, you know, you come out here and you want to show them that you can play. You want to show them that you can hit the ball, and sometimes you just try too hard. And I think hitting is the only thing on earth that you can try too hard at. And when you go out and just relax and play, it makes it a lot easier. And getting that first one really helped me relax. And I came out here today just with the intention of having fun and working hard and really helping Braden get a win. And it worked out. We played really well today.
And, Jake, I have to ask you, you're a very aggressive hitter. You said your father called. You said you're a 500 hitter. When you swing at the first pitch, you hit the home run. How many times have you ever had an 11-pitch at bat, which you had tonight, and got a sac fly to right field, which is a great at bat?
Well, I will tell you this. I came back to the dugout and I sat down and I said, you know what, that might have been the longest at bat of my career. I go, not because I was really trying, just because he kept throwing pitches that I couldn't square up. And, you know, it was a fun at bat. He was battling, I was battling, but he ended up making a mistake, and I got the best of him.
All right, Jake, thanks for joining us. Nice job tonight.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
All right, Jake Fox, 1 for 3, sacrifice fly. He scored a run, so he got the job done at the plate. And probably more importantly for a backup catcher, he got the job done behind home plate. And I thought maybe the most important thing he said was Braden got some confidence in Fox behind the plate. Pitcher wants to have confidence in the catcher.
And it looked like last Sunday in Anaheim, the first inning, there was a little bit of a struggle, and rightfully so, because Dallas has his game. He's had Kurt Suzuki behind the plate, so now he gets a different catcher trying to get familiar with him. And you can see tonight the difference in more of a responsibility of a catcher calling the game instead of Dallas Braden having to worry about calling his own game. And there's no doubt that I think when Jake Fox retires, he's got a job. He can talk.
Yes, he can.
He's a good talker and a good man. And it's just good to see him behind the plate and his versatility. We've seen him DH. He can play infield, play the outfield, play all the different positions. So that versatility definitely helps. But his job, last 2 games that he's caught Dallas Braden, Dallas has 2 wins.
Indeed. So the A's continue their strong start to this 2010 season with the win tonight. They are now 8-4, and they will go at the Orioles tomorrow, Game 3 of this 4-game series, and it'll be radio only from here at the Coliseum. Once again, A's win it 4-2. Remember, if you missed the game or you want to watch it again, go to Comcast Channel 1 and select Sports and Fitness, and then Comcast Sportsnet California for A's On Demand. Tune in Sunday. That'll be our next televised game, A's-Orioles, 12:30 A's pregame live, and then the game at 1. For my broadcast partner, Ray Fossey, our producer, Delaire LaWars, director, Tom Adson, I'm Glenn Kuiper saying so long from the Coliseum. Once again, the final score, the A's 4-.